the Ancestors Oracle. So, what I want to talk about today, really quickly, it's been a while since I've been on the Tickety Tockety and the Facebookity because I'm live in two places right now. No, this is YouTube. But what I wanted to talk about today is being born on uh, Wednesday in the Hoodoo tradition and what that means and what deity um, is representative of you. So, if you're a man, there is a male deity that governs the day on Wednesday, and there's also a female deity that governs the day on Wednesday. And the man's name is Awuku, and the female is Akua. And those are both the deities for Wednesday, because there is the male version and then there's also the female version. And the planet is, of course, Mercury. Now, when it comes to Orisha, that's something different. Anybody could find information on Orisha, but specifically what we're talking about here is Hoodoo, the Akan tribe um, from West Africa. And this is also, these deities also represent the renal system. So the renal system is something that is the body system that this deity also represents. And if you wanted to focus on, or if you wanted to start a cleanse to clean your renal system, you could start it on a Wednesday. And then, to help to kick that off. In addition to that, if you wanted to just meditate and focus on your renal system, or if you have something going on with your kidneys, or if you got diabetes or something of that nature. So yeah, but that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, and how it is very important that you know your bloodline and you know who it is that represents you and what divinity covers you on the day that you were born. So if you were born on a Wednesday, let's say you were born on a Wednesday at 5 o'clock in the morning, the divinity that represents you is going to be the divinity for Tuesday. Reason being is the time of day that the day starts. Time is linear. Time is something that was given to us. Time is not of origin of creation, right? So when we think about the origins of creation, time was non-existent. We had things that were representative of where we were in the day during the day. So this is why when you are born on a Wednesday morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, the divinity that represents you would be the Tuesday divinity, right? Which you could look it up. We're not going to talk about that. I want to stay focused. But that would be the Tuesday divinity. Reason being is because the day starts when the sun touches the land. When the sun touches the land, that's when the day starts. So that's how you know what divinity represents you. So even if you were born, let's say you were born on Thursday at 12 o'clock in the morning, Thursday at 12 o'clock in the morning, the sun did not touch the land. So because the sun did not touch the land, the divinity that represents you and covers you is going to be the divinity that represents Wednesday, because we have to think about it. There is the day aspect and the night aspect, those different expressions. And within your divinity, there is a multitude of expressions. So in the Akan tribe, the divinity Awuku is also Eshu, Legba, Wednesday, Mercury. And in Orisha, he is Saturday, Saturn, right? But it's just different expressions, but the same divinity, but different expressions of divinity depending on where you are on the land. Depending on where you are on the land will also determine those things. So that's also additionally why it's very important for you to know your own bloodline, because what something means for you is not what it means for me, and what it means for her is not what it means for him. Okay. Now, if you are a female, the divinity that represents you is going to be the female version of that. Okay. Regardless of whether you identify with more of the male or more of the female or whatever. So the masculine is a wuku, and if you are born with a penis, that would be the divinity that is representative of you. And if you are born with a vagina, it would be a kua. And both of these divinities are on Wednesday, and this is the Hoodoo tradition, just to be specific, right? We're not talking about Orisha. That's something that's different. And it's also the renal system. So this book is by a gentleman called Odirawafo. You can look him up. He's very extensive in regards to the information that he puts out. But one of the reasons that it's very, very important for you to know who it is and what it is that represents you is because you need to be tapping into that first and foremost. So you were born with your own spiritual science, right? The stars were aligned. Is a young lady. She's not a young lady. She's like my mother in my head. Her name is Priestess Aset Ra'amin. She's on YouTube. She's very knowledgeable. But she speaks about being able to do your own spiritual science, right? Knowing your spiritual science. One thing I would like to add to that is also your blood type, because your blood type is going to tell you what it is that you should be consuming, but there's levels to this. All of these different things and expressions is going to tell you what you should be doing and how you should be living. You should not be doing and living according to someone or something that was given to you. Okay, so I hope that that makes sense. When you are doing and living and expressing yourself, it needs to be in connection with your divinity and also in connection with how the stars were aligned when you were born, and also in connection with your blood type. It's not one or the other. And it's really a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle thing. Because you could get on track and you could be on track and you could be doing the right thing, right? Or doing something new and you're like, wow, this feels great. I'm getting the results. But then one little thing could come and kick you off of the track that you're on. And that is because the alignment is off in more than one place. So it's easy to get you off. Not to mention all of the things we have coming at us from the outside world, all of the distractions we have from the outside world. So in addition to all of the distractions, all of the garbage foods, all of the GMOs, HMOs, and not HMOs, that's the health plan, child insurance in my back of my head. In addition to all the stuff that we have coming at us on the outside of us, we have these internal things that we're dealing with that we don't even know about, that we're disconnected from because we've been given things that is not of our blood. So that's why it's important for you to know. My son's going to get loud because I'm getting loud. So it's important for you to know what it is that is in your blood. Physically, blood type, yes, mentioned that already, but spiritually. Because if you were born on a Wednesday, and it doesn't matter if you're a Capricorn, Taurus, right? If you were born on a Wednesday and your bloodline, you have Hoodoo in your bloodline, right? And your bloodline connects back to the Akan tribe, this is probably going to help you. It's going to help you because this is a part of you. It's in your blood. It cannot be removed from you. It cannot be taken from you. Okay? That is in you is in me, right? I forgot how that saying goes, but greater is in you that is in me, right? When we hear all of these sayings out of the Bible and about God, it's talking about that being in us, the blood. It's talking about the blood of Jesus, the blood of, it's the blood that's in you, not an external. So when you know what is in your blood, it is easy for you to connect back to that is you, so that you can get the clarity that you need to operate how it is that you need to operate, to be able to hear clearly, to see clearly, to speak clearly. Because until you get to a place where you're functioning in that way, everything is going to feel misaligned. And then, it's so easy because we have so many distractions that come up against us, and we pick up the phone and we doom scrolling, and then all of this shit, all hell's breaking loose, so to speak, in the world when you look around. So it's like you have distraction after distraction after distraction. Then, I want my man and I want my girl, and hell, 50-50. What you talking about? All of that is distractions that are being placated in your face, being given to you on a platter. Here, focus on this, focus on that. Don't focus on that. Don't focus on that over there, because, and the stigmas that come with it. How is somebody going to tell you that what is connected to your blood is evil, or is something that is not of prosperity? So now that's bringing me to this page right here in this book that is by a gentleman. His name is Odi Rawafo. He has a website. He's on Patreon. But in this book, it mentions how, like I said, a Wuku is also Eshu Elekba in the Akan tribe, not in the we're not talking about Orisha. We're not talking about Orisha. But he also bears the name Set. He also bears the name Set, and Set was later changed into the name Satan. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. Some people, whatever, think what you want to think. Well, that's on you. But if this is speaking to you, then it's for you, right? We cannot continue to subscribe to and perpetuate a system that is not of benefit to us. And time after time and year after year, we have things going on and happening and not wondering why we're able to get to a certain place. It is because we are disconnected. We stay disconnected. We remain disconnected because we are then turning in and turning to a God, a being that is not of our divine blood. Plain and simple. You have to connect with what is in you. Because if you're connecting to what's in somebody else or what somebody else created, and then they choose to say, hey, you know what? I need to use this thing to my benefit, right? I need to use this thing to my benefit right now. We could look at it like this, right? I want to use this thing to my benefit right now. I created this, or this is from my blood, right? I want to use this to my benefit. That deity being is going to be loyal to that is closest to it, not to that is outside of it. You come second. The wants, needs, and asks of this individual who is directly a descendant or the creator or creatress, whatever, the thing that they created, right? They're going to be loyal to that thing that created them, or they're going to be loyal to that thing that descends from them, right? So those are two different things if you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? Because we have that thing that they created that now we have, it's like, and then we have the thing that other individuals can descend from. So when you're looking at the things that other individuals can descend from, those are the two things that we're talking about. So I'm not going to get too far off on a tangent on that. But that is going to be loyal to that first. That takes first place. So that's like me coming over here, right? This, and then I created this. This is number 2, right? And then you over here. And then you said, oh, you know what? I want to go over here to this one right over here and ask for some help. Oh, can you help me? Yeah, sure, I'll help you. But then when this one's asking for help, it's going to go back to this. And then you go over here like, hey, I need help. Where does the loyalty lie? Where does the loyalty lie? So those are things that we need to think about when we are putting ourselves in positions to be reliant on things that are outside of us, rely on what's inside of you. So I'm going to close it out. The divinity for Wednesday is a Wuku. Now we're talking about Hoodoo here. We're not talking about the Orisha. And the divinity for the female is Akua. They both represent Wednesday, Mercury. If you got a penis, if you was born with a penis, it's the one with the penis. If you was born with the vagina, it's the one with the vagina. Okay, it's the renal system. And also this doll right here, the Akua doll. So this is a very familiar doll. TikTok and YouTube. That's a very familiar doll. And y'all could get this book, like I said, a gentleman named Odi Rawafo. This is his website. If y'all could see that. You got to flip it around, but I would think that your brains can do that, right? So the information is there, but do what you need to do to get back to what it is that you need to get back to, because that's the only way that you're going to find the protection and the safe housing, the covering that it is that you want and that you need and that you seek. Because if you continue to rely on things that are outside of you, you are not going to get the covering, protection, and things that it is that you seek. If I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. If I'm not, I'm not. That's fine. But know what it is that is in your blood. Find out the day that you were born. This is the Wednesday divinity. Again, if you were born on a Wednesday at 12 a.m., the divinity that governs you is a Tuesday divinity. Because before time was given, there was day, right? And we just operated based off of where we were and how things were. We did not operate, oh, what time is it? That came later. So the day starts when the sun touches the land. And then you have the day expression and the night expression. So that's how that works. All right. If y'all got any questions, just put them down in the comments and let me know. Y'all have the information. It's the renal system. It's a good day to focus on those renals if you got diabetes problems. You know what I'm saying? But tap in and we're going to see if we could talk about the Thursday divinity tomorrow. Take care. If I can figure